Oh my Lord, have mercy. What is happening with cryptos, guys? A total bloodbath, right? Now, I wouldn't be selling if I were you, because I'm pretty sure we haven't reached the top from CZ, thanks to avoiding crypto selling the dip, right? This person was a former CEO of a very manipulated exchange called Binance, okay? Which obviously he's an insider. If he's telling you not to sell the dip, what do you guys think will happen next at some point in a not too distant future? Well, pump to new all-time highs. Okay, so this isn't the place to be selling, guys, at all. If you were to sell, you should have sold higher. But why are we dumping? Well, breaking from Whalewire, Bitcoin Whale, who offloaded 24,000 plus Bitcoin last week, is on the move again, getting ready to dump another 24,500 Bitcoin. Last time he dumped that much, Bitcoin dumped by like $4,000, right? So is that coming again? Now, what's fascinating is I actually tweeted something about this a while back ago, right? Not too far down, but I actually gave a price prediction down here. XRP bottom $2.60. Bitcoin bottom $103,000. See ya in the future. Let's see what happens. Is that going to come into fruition here soon? Right, 103 is near, and $2.60 for XRP is quite near, right? And I think we pump again from that point. So am I going to get that price prediction correct? I guess time will tell. We'll see. Now, prepare for turbulence. I mean, if this Bitcoin whale were to dump, yeah, we're gonna get that price prediction correct. But this is yet another clear signal of the start of a brutal Bitcoin bear market. I don't think so. I don't think so. I think we still go higher due to this chart, right? Because there's just so much liquidity that has been built on top of Bitcoin here, guys, at the highs. Okay, even if we do come lower, I think we still go higher. It doesn't matter, right? It's only when people stop calling for the top is when we'll actually top out. Whales are abandoning ship. Don't get caught holding the bag. Yes, in the long term, these whales are exiting, guys. Right? They're literally dumping on Bitcoin holders' heads, such as Zach XBT. So they're dumping on him, making those Bitcoin holders their exit liquidity, guys. Right, in the long term. So they're slowly selling off as we speak. But again, we're not at the top. Right, it's like a slow bleed out, guys. Now this is where things get a little crazy. It does seem similar to the previous top that Bitcoin once upon a time had. Okay, as in this. Okay, so could we be following that same fractal? I don't think so. This is what I would like to see people posting, so we go higher, guys, in due time. What do I think will happen? Well, I told you guys not to play around with the weekly divergences. Did I not say it? Right? So short term, I am bearish, but long term, extremely bullish, guys. I'm still bullish no matter who says what. I'm just short term bearish, right? There's different time frames you could be bullish and bearish on, guys, or neutral, right? For now, I'm bearish because I've been calling out. Everyone else has been bullish, but even before this dump happened, I've been saying it must not get confirmed on the higher time frames. This divergence. In the next 2 days and 6 hours, on the 2 weekly time frame, a triple bearish divergence gets confirmed on Sunday night. It's literally about to kill Bitcoin, but no, there's good news on the horizon, I think, right? At some points, I do believe we're gonna bottom out here around these levels and go back up again, okay? Wherever that point may be. We may not get the exact bottom, but still, we won't get priced out. We won't get fooled here, okay? Those are just my opinions. Now, let's talk about XRP here. For XRP, look at this. This is so funny, right? That I tweeted about my $2.60 price prediction for XRP coming. But look at this. There's a confluence point for XRP on a 200-day. There's a 200-day moving average, okay, on the daily time frame from Uptown Saul, and he's calling for. Well, not calling for, but it's funny because I didn't even realize this. On the daily 200-day, there's a moving average, right? That's a 200-day. That's literally at $2.50 right now. Okay. That's funny how it kind of like comes with our price prediction as well. When I didn't even know about this moving average, I totally forgot about it, right? So XRP will hold this area, by the way. It definitely will. Okay, so it's probably going to come down like this, hold, and then it's going to pop back up again. Okay, and then at that point we'll know what happens next. Okay, so I'm not too worried right now. Now this is fantastic of what I was wishing to see here from Peter Brandt. I post what I see. I assume strong opinions are always weakly held. I am wrong as often as I am right. If you are offended by my charts, then that is your problem. The charts of XRP is potentially very negative. Okay, this is what I love to see, guys, which I know these people will be wrong. I think this is going to be a fake out. Why? I literally called for the price prediction when XRP was up there, right? So I'm not gonna get fooled by other people's charts, no matter who says what. I know there's a lot of FUD. There's a big FUD attack on XRP as well right now, and I know a lot of XRP noobs, right? A lot of XRP newcomers are selling as we speak, folks. And when this thing keeps going down like this, they're going to keep selling, but it's going to reverse prices. Now it could reverse prices, keep going lower, right? And then we finally actually bottom out for the new highs, or it could come down, reverse pricing, and go higher, right? So the chances you selling are very terrible here, right? The risk to reward, guys, is extremely bad, which is right now, don't sell. XRP is dumping, I understand. I mean, we have been short-term bearish because of those higher divergences, time frame divergences, right? While everyone else is bullish. But we shouldn't be here. Now, Credible Crypto says, well, this is XRP's charts, would really depend on if Bitcoin breaks that $105,000 level or not. If Bitcoin breaks below it, then we probably get something like what's pictured below. If Bitcoin reverses below or before 105K, then we probably avoid sweeping those lows and reverse before that. Either way, downside should be relatively limited against Bitcoin, in my opinion, as the XRP versus Bitcoin pairing is only 3% away from my area of interest on the downside, right? So he's talking about XRP versus Bitcoin here, and he's basically saying if Bitcoin breaks below 105K here, we're going to sweep these lows, okay? Come down here, and then we'll reverse. If Bitcoin holds above 105K, we're going to hold around this level, guys, and then pump from here, right? So either or, we're about to bottom out. Do people not understand, right? It's funny how a huge FUD campaign arrives when what's it called? When XRP is starting to dump. It's funny how that works. Now look at this from Digital Asset Investor. I don't care if XRP crashes. That's a tulip. Talking about a tulip bubble. The fear is real. The clowns are real too. Listen to this.
Tulip mania. I will remind everyone.
The tulip mania is actually in reality Bitcoin. If you look at Bitcoin's full-blown decade chart, you want to know what the tulip bubble is? I'll show you what the tulip bubble is. Oh, it's beautiful that you asked. Let's go to the BLX chart, guys. Do I have it here? Doesn't look like it. This isn't the BLX chart, but it is the oh wow, look at that. That's an insane chart, guys. Okay, what do you guys notice on the total time frame of Bitcoin? Wow, this is a beautiful chart that I didn't even realize. Well, let's go on the monthly, so it's much more clear, because look at that. Wait, look at that. This is what you call a tulip bubble, not XRP, right? This is what you purely call a tulip bubble. It literally went from 0 cents, or even if you go choose a penny, guys, right, from a penny. That's ridiculous. Up 2 million %, or at least 1 million %. Up 1 million % from a penny, but from like literally 0, yeah, it gets even crazier. So on the monthly time frame, divergences galore, right? Literally from the beginning of time, all throughout. When this plays out, that's when Bitcoin will collapse. And he's saying XRP is a tulip bubble. No, look at Bitcoin exactly.
Okay. Don't listen to that bullshit story. All you hear is the tulips. The entire flower market in the world still transacts through the Netherlands. Correct. Bitcoin is the platform. Mm-hmm. What are you guys talking about? I don't care if XRP crashes. Okay, that's the tulip.
That's a tulip. Well, Bitcoin is a platform. You know, there will always be better things, better people, innovating better things, right? From the backbone of that previous technology. Okay, so for example, Bitcoin, then the new folks founded XRP, right? Brought upon XRP. So if Bitcoin were to crash and collapse on itself, it doesn't matter, because the other coins that will survive will be due to its fundamental reasoning, which will then make it into the new financial system.
There's a platform of flowers that are traded around the world, and it all happens in tulip land. Like, that's a big deal, man. But what do you hear? Oh, tulip crash. What do you mean tulip crash, dude? All the flowers still trade through there, okay?
The one-time tulip crash, by the way.
Tulip mania.
So those are just my opinions here. Short term, yes, most definitely bearish. I've been calling for these bearish divergence. People think I'm playing around when I talk about the charts, guys, but now you guys are starting to understand why this is quite important. Okay, a literal head and shoulder pattern on the weekly is playing out as we speak. That's why we're dumping. The first support will be around this area where I called out for. Okay, and I think Bitcoin XRP will hold around this region. So for Bitcoin, it's another let's say another 5% dump. For XRP, that's a double volatility multiplier, which will take XRP down to around 260, 250s, guys. Okay, which is around the 200-day moving average. Fantastic news. We already know the code. We cracked it. This isn't financial advice, but look at that. Don't get blindsided here. Not financial advice. But it is so. See ya.